In just a couple weeks, more than a dozen young women will compete for a chance to represent Washington State at Miss America in January 2025. Miss America is one of the first pageant organizations in the United States to offer college scholarships to women, and that remains its focus. One of the contestants is Miss Seattle 2024 title holder Hermona Girmay, and she could make history if she wins. Tyra is in the ARC Lounge with her right now to talk about her journey and her platform. Tyra?
Yeah, good morning, Holly. Thank you. And welcome to the ARC Lounge. Hermona, congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here.
You've had so much success
Thank you.
Really a young age. You're the first Eritrean American to win the title of Miss Seattle, so you've made history. The daughter of refugee parents who moved here to the States for a better life.
Right.
Talk about how that's shaped you and your journey in pageantry.
I think what my parents have really instilled in me since a really young age is the importance of resilience. That's really something that I think a lot of children of refugees and children of immigrants can really gain from having that background. And in my personal life specifically of, really making sure that I'm taking up every single opportunity that's granted to me. So when I got started in pageantry back in 2012, I did not think it was something that I would be interested at all in, but it truly changed my life for the better. That's how I learned so many interview skills, how I learned about the importance of public speaking, and really what instilled in me too, the importance of community service and really giving back to people, something that my family's definitely instilled in me, having that background, but that's also such a big component of pageantry. And so seeing how the two have really gone hand in hand with each other has been really, really special.
And you're already making a difference and inspiring so many young people. You're a first generation college student, which is very impressive. You're a hard worker. Miss America, the organization focuses on education and scholarship. How would you say that you are using your platform to inspire other young girls, young people in general, to be passionate about their education?
Right. I think it really does go hand in hand with the work of my community service initiative. Mine is called She Can, Support Her Education, Change a Nation. And so it really does encompass my family's background and my 10 plus now years of advocacy for girls' education equality that specifically started out in developing countries because of my family's background. But now over the course of my time competing in the Miss America opportunity, that's also included women in Washington as well through a partnership with Washington Women in Need. So I started off my 501c3 back in 2015. From there, I started getting involved with the organization She's the First back in high school, and so now Washington Women in Need as well. And so it really does go to show that, education inequality, it affects people everywhere, but just affects them all in different ways. And so I'm really grateful that with the work of the Miss America opportunity as well, having opportunities for young women to gain scholarship dollars really does go hand in hand too with the work of my community service initiative.
How critical is that to have that support while in school? Scholarships, mentorship, can you talk about that?
Right, it's so important. I know for me, especially having my family coming to the United States as refugees and knowing what could have been my reality if it hadn't been them making that sacrifice. I could have been a child bride, like so many people and so many women have been in a lot of countries like Eritrea. And so it really, really to me all comes down to giving back to people that don't have opportunities to be able to pursue higher education. And I'm really grateful that I've been granted that opportunity, and so the best way that I can be able to give back to others is through my own advocacy as well.
And you're also an advocate for health and wellness. You've spoken out about your type 1 diabetes diagnosis. Talk about that and how you're increasing representation during those pageants when it comes to that.
Right. So my diagnosis happened in December of 2020, all in the midst of a global pandemic, and while I was applying to public health school, actually. So I think that's when I really realized how critical this work is, specifically in public health policy, and that's really what drew me to the field of public health policy as a pathway to pursue following graduation. And so I've been really interested in really ensuring still in affordability and medication affordability and accessibility. And so, and specifically to pageantry, I really do enjoy wearing my Dexcom. I wear that on my arm whenever I'm competing to really highlight the importance of representation in all fields and all aspects. And so that's something that is really near and dear to my heart, and it's been really special to see how many young girls and young boys can really find a role model in me, which has been really special. I know Miss America 1999, Nicole Johnson, she was the only Miss America to have ever had type 1 diabetes. And I remember following my diagnosis, started to search up, different role models and figures that I could look up to who have been able to overcome their diagnosis and turn it into a positive thing. And she was somebody who really resonated with me a lot. And so I'm really inspired by her and all that she's been able to do.
And thanks for your vulnerability and sharing your story.
Of course.
What's your message to people that might be going through the same thing?
I think really there's positive in everything.
Yeah.
And I did not expect that I would find something positive in such a life-changing diagnosis, quite honestly. But seeing that the community that's been able to bring me, seeing the opportunities that it's been able to bring me in public health policy and advocacy, and really defining exactly what career path that I wanted to go to as well has been really, really special. So as difficult as my diagnosis was, it's been really special to see how I've been able to turn this obstacle into an opportunity. Talk about that opportunity coming up. If you win Miss Washington, you'll then make history again, which is really impressive. So we've got an interview process, there's an evening gown portion. How are you preparing for the pageant? It's July 5th and July 6th.
Yes.
How are you preparing, and what are your favorite parts?
A lot of preparation, I think, really comes down to mindset.
Okay.
Making sure that you're in the right space and that you're competing with the right intentions of really making sure that the legacy that you want to leave behind as a title holder and how you want to give back to the organization. Knowing which communities you want to reach and what kind of impact you want to leave with them has been really, really important to me in my own navigating my journey as Miss Seattle and seeing exactly what kind of impact I want to leave as Miss Washington. In addition to that, really gaining the support too of a lot of people around you. I know the Miss Washington Scholarship Organization, the people are absolutely incredible. I've been so blessed by the directors that I have. Big shout out to Lana and Carol. They've been absolutely incredible throughout this entire process. But I'd say as for my favorite competition, there's so many fun ones, but I'm gonna have to say talent. I know we were kind of visiting a little bit beforehand, saying I'm a singer.
Okay.
So I am so excited to be singing this song that it's a bit of a surprise right now, but it's a song that I've been absolutely in love with for years in my life now, and so I can't wait to bring it to the Miss Washington stage.
I can't wait to hear you sing. And can we talk about your Mariners?
Yes, that's happening too.
In August.
Yes, I'll be singing the national anthem at the Mariners game. I'm really excited for that.
Holly will have to go to that game.
What game is that?
It's in August. Mariners, an August game. Do you have the exact date?
I believe August 8th.
August 8th. Okay, all right, we'll have to pencil that in.
Yes,
well, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Miss Seattle, everybody.
Oh my gosh, absolutely fabulous. What a great role model for everyone. Thank you so much.